Cue the intro. Thank you, StreamYard. Welcome back to another episode of the PlushTube.
To power.
What was that?
Sorry, that was my Donald Duck impression. But anyways, guys, this is a special episode because wait, Landon,
What?
is that? Oh no.
What's up, son?
I'm having flashbacks. You know what, Landon? I'm not doing this podcast. I'm out of here.
Bye. I've been waiting for him to leave since last November. All right, guys. Well, welcome back to episode 30 of the PlushTube Power Hour, and we have a very special episode today because it is my first episode. We are rebranding the channel. This is now the SuperLandonToys show. Everyone,
Landon,
what?
did you try to do the podcast without me? Oh my gosh, Landon, we were supposed to do the podcast together, okay?
Aww.
Speaking
Anyway,
of stuff,
guys, welcome to episode 30 of the PlushTube
Power Hour.
And if you know your PlushTube Power Hour history, if you're an OG, which I'm assuming is no one because we have like 14 subscribers and Tyler's our only viewer, you would know that this is the location I filmed our very first podcast all the way back in November of last year. Which is crazy. In 2 months, it'll be a year since we started the first podcast.
I think our first episode was actually November 10th, so that would be nine days before my birthday.
Wow. Well, wiggity wow. Well, we're here 10 months later and we still haven't got Drew on the podcast. Thank you, Drew.
Yeah, Cobra Kai kid, for those who don't know.
Yeah, he
Also,
lied to us. We got receipts. He lied to us.
Yeah. Okay, but one thing I would like to address before we actually begin our podcast is that we missed it. We missed a week. Thank you, Pro.
Okay. Don't out Pro like that. But yeah, while I was on my break, Pro decided he didn't want to do the podcast. Which, I mean, we all have our days, so like I understand.
But for real, welcome back, Landon, because it has been a while.
Yes. Actually, you guys were without me for 2 weeks, just like Jeffy Jr. Well, technically 1 week, but okay. So we are doing an episode today that might be our most unique episode, but it could be our most controversial episode yet.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffy Jr., would you like to tell them what we're doing?
So, based on what the title says, you probably already know, but I'm still going to explain it to you. We are doing a WWE conspiracy theory podcast.
Yes.
So we run down theories of stuff that might happen and what did happen. What is the theory, obviously? So what could possibly be true and what could not be. We're going to explain it here.
Yes. Okay. So I'll go with my first theory, which immediately when we were discussing this topic, it wasn't the first one that came into my head, but I definitely thought about it. And this is a big WWE conspiracy theory, is that Owen Hart's death was not an accident, which I believe.
I've heard this theory, and that would be insane.
I've heard names thrown around. I heard that Vince McMahon may have done it.
Wow.
Because Owen injured Stone Cold, the top dog of the company at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that's not true.
Yeah.
Or if it is, Vince, you're gonna hear Vince McMahon's name quite a couple times. But what I really think about is, and my dad brought this up to me, how many times did Sting come down from the rafters in WCW? Shawn Michaels did it at WrestleMania 12, and I know Sting almost died doing it one time.
Mm-hmm.
He did it safely 100 times.
Yes.
So that's why I think the one time when Owen Hart did it and he fell to his death, I just don't think that was an accident. I think he
I
was out to get Owen, and unfortunately, that happened.
There was also another theory that I heard that also occurred because like it was the same incident. It was the same Owen Hart incident over the edge, 1999. Everyone knows about this story, but it was
So,
where
sorry to cut you off. For those who don't know, for any new viewers, we'll loosely explain what happened at a WWF Over the Edge 1999. Owen Hart was being lowered from the top of the arena by a harness,
this
and
was his character. This is something he did every single week.
yeah, and the harness unfortunately snapped, and he fell down to the ring and unfortunately passed away.
Yeah,
And we were talking about this earlier that they shouldn't have continued the show, and if they were going to change the canvas or something.
it was stupid to continue the show in general. Like they should have stopped it because this is a real life incident that happened,
Like
and
I told
millions.
legit, I said, if I was a fan at a show and saw somebody get murdered, I'm not sticking around. Like
Because
I
it
would
was
have
like
left.
thousands of people were in that arena and they
Screw,
had to see Owen Hart
screw
die.
the money I spent. I don't want to watch a show continue after a guy just died on the mat.
And the way that the Undertaker was staring down at the exact spot that Owen Hart, well, I would assume that's where he died.
Pat Patterson.
Pat Patterson was there too. Like, how do you even continue that?
So what were you trying to say before? I'm sorry I cut you off.
Okay, so this was kind of an alternate theory where it was actually twisted around, where it was actually Owen Hart's own death that he wanted it to happen, or something like that. I'm not really sure. I could be wrong of how this was played, but I think it was Owen Hart's own doing that he wanted to, you know, die. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure it had something to do with Bret Hart, like moving to WCW. I could be wrong about this again.
So I think I know what Jeffy Jr.'s first conspiracy theory is going to be, and this one could be very controversial. It is very controversial
It is
if it's
okay,
the
but
one I'm
this
thinking about.
this theory about Owen Hart's death is like they wanted to test out the cable, like and like the harness, to make sure that everything was like set and make sure that it didn't snap. But like Owen Hart was like kind of like, okay, we don't need to test it out. Like he was just like, okay, he's fine. He's like making the total assumption that it was okay, and I'm pretty sure he knew something that was going on, and yet he still continued to do it.
You know, a couple of years ago, I was at the zoo, and they had like this obstacle course thing, and I made it all the way to the top. It was like 40 feet in the air, and I was
Wow,
strapped to a harness. And the only thing I could think of was the harness snapping and me ending up like Owen Hart.
jeez.
Okay, so Jeffy Jr., let's just get your. Okay, so the reason I pitched this idea, Jeffy Jr. agreed because he sent me an Instagram reel of a WWE conspiracy theory post.
Yeah.
So he seen one in the comments. Take it away.
What?
Oh, you had well, whatever. I thought you were gonna. I thought I knew one of your conspiracy theories, but
Well, no,
whichever.
because like it would be your turn to share your conspiracy theory because I kind of technically shared mine that kind of went along with your theory.
Okay, I heard one. Okay, I shouldn't laugh at this because it's
Oh
bad.
gosh.
Basically, I was watching a WWE conspiracy theory video, and I heard that Rick Rude had to get his penis amputated, and he
Okay,
couldn't.
that's
And he couldn't cope with the loss, so he did a bunch of drugs and pretty much suicided himself because he knew he would die if he did all those drugs. So
what?
they said that he overdosed, but the theory goes that he couldn't cope with the loss of his penis. I'm not making. I will send you the video. I'm not making this up.
Where did this even? I, I don't know.
but I heard that he couldn't cope with the loss, so he did a bunch of drugs and pretty much committed suicide.
Jeez. I mean, there have been some like occasions where it's like, I don't know how to say it. Okay, but it's like men kind of need like, I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, so Landon was scrolling on the comments of the video I sent him. I'm just going through ones that I've seen.
Well, I haven't
So-
scrolled because I had a couple plans that I wanted to talk about.
Mhm.
If I need to, I'll look at it. But we're already 10 minutes in.
All right.
All right,
Okay,
so
so
I'll let you take the whatever.
this is an interesting theory that I found out actually. Okay, so we know the infamous injury in the Attitude Era where Shawn Michaels was injured. He broke his back, right?
Please tell me this is the theory I think it is.
It might be. So he took what, like 3 or 4 years off, and then like
I think he came back in '02, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah. Okay, wow, that's actually a lot longer.
He came back with the NWO, right? I think.
No, actually, no. I think if I'm not mistaken, from my 2K15 showcase, I'm pretty sure he came back, and then like that same night, I think Triple H turned on him and broke up DX.
Um, before you
Anyways,
before you mention that, the combined showcase modes, both of them of 2K15, best showcase mode in any 2K game. I don't want to hear
I
it.
can agree. 100%.
It was just fun because back then the games were just fun to play, and after that they just got like too realistic, if that makes any sense. Anyway,
I really did enjoy that showcase. Anyways, so this theory,
Stone Cold showcase was fun too, but sorry.
yeah, this theory is that
And
Shawn
okay,
Michaels was
I'm done. I'm done.
okay. The theory is that Shawn Michaels wasn't injured in the Attitude Era.
Huh,
Let me explain this theory.
I haven't heard that one.
You probably heard of it, I'm pretty sure. But basically, it says that he didn't actually injure his back, but it says that Vince McMahon put him on payroll to allow him to rest after dedicating more than a decade in WWE. And to add on to that, it was also to make sure that he did not sign with the rival company WCW.
Bro, could you imagine if Shawn Michaels signed with WCW?
You would okay. I can guarantee you that would be one of the biggest signings in WCW. Shawn Michaels is that good.
Like, if that happened, people would probably still be talking about that today.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
I mean, people.
Sorry, what?
If people can still talk about Hulk Hogan turning heel, RIP, by the way,
Yeah.
in WCW or in WCW, to pair up with NWO, I'm pretty sure that they would certainly talk about Shawn Michaels signing with WCW.
Okay, so I don't know why. I've seen this theory a couple times. I thought you were gonna say the supposed theory that Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon were an item.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I'm not even joking. I've seen that at least 3 times.
We've seen that theory, but it had no explanation.
Okay, so I have another theory that ties into WCW, and I didn't read too much into it. Let me just read it real quick.
All right.
Jeffy Jr. is gay.
Okay, buddy.
Gosh, we chatted a lot today, so it's going to be kind of hard to...
Yeah.
Yes, Jeffy Jr., I cheated on Rhea Ripley. Cry about it.
I know. People are not going to understand that.
Nah, they won't. And we're not going to explain it either.
We will not. Certainly not.
Because it is just too out there.
Yeah. I actually have a crazy upcoming theory that I want to share eventually. Man, it's crazy to think that's almost going to be 2 years since CM Punk re-signed with WWE and returned. It's going to be almost 2 years. Wow.
Okay, what the heck?
What?
I just seen it. Hello?
What?
Why is the music playing?
What? No, it's
I
not.
hear music.
What music?
Our song.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. I just seen a comment that said Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero were lovers.
Oh gosh, yeah, I saw it too.
Why are people so?
I don't get it. I really don't.
Okay. Okay. So this doesn't really elaborate too much. I
Uh-huh.
guess we can kind of fill in the blanks. Why is the background black?
It's not.
On my end it is. Let me rejoin.
Okay. Oh. Anyways, class, circle, triangle, square, oval, hexagon, hexagon. All the drinks in the classroom should be gone. Show us classroom in the... Yeah. What am I doing? What is wrong with me, man? What is wrong with me? Wow. What is wrong with me? Anyways, Landon sent me something. My gosh, what is wrong with me? Okay. Oh, wow. Well, that's messed up. That's messed up. All right. Landon's probably gonna join back eventually. Yep. My bad. Let him in. It's not letting me in. Hardly.
Okay. So I sent you that comment so you could elaborate on it a little bit more.
Oh, you want me to explain it?
I'll explain it, but I want you to kind of elaborate on it more if you can. Like,
I'll try
I'll
to.
just say basically. Okay, so the next theory says that Vince McMahon paid off Goldberg to purposely hurt Bret Hart.
Oh, you just want... Okay. All right. So what I'm reading as what Landon sent me. Actually, I don't even know what he sent me. Hold on. Well, I know, but like, it says Vince McMahon go to hurt Brett. Makes huge future money for a decision he made back then. That's why he's written in for so much, but sucks. It's his thank contract. What? That's why he makes huge money. But if Vince McMahon paid Goldberg a lot more money,
That would
if that's the case, then that would be insane.
that's really messed up. So guys,
I don't necessarily think Goldberg would be.
Okay, guys, we're gonna make a new thing called the Vincent K McMahon meter, and we're gonna whenever he gets brung up, straight to jail.
Okay.
That's how the McMahon media is going to work. Straight to jail.
All right.
Okay, so it's your turn.
Okay. So this is an interesting theory. It's a recent theory, actually. Okay, so this is at the time when CM Punk was still under contract with AEW. He was still wrestling for them and stuff like that.
I've seen this one.
What?
I think I've seen this one.
Okay, so did you know that CM Punk? So there was an episode on Raw in Chicago. This was in April of 2023. Did you know that CM Punk was there? He was backstage there.
Really?
Yeah, so this
I
was
think
months
I remember
before.
hearing that.
So this was actually months before his return, obviously. He returned in November 25th, 2023, I think.
Yes.
But, okay, so, but then Vince McMahon actually, like, told him to, like, leave the building, of course, because, like, he doesn't want no part of CM Punk. But, okay. But before he could leave, he talked with many people. He talked with The Miz. He talked with a couple of other wrestlers. And then later, he talked with Triple H.
I'm sure Seth Rollins and Becky wanted him out of the building too.
Probably. But yes, he talked. He talked with Triple H before he left. And so what my theory is that they had an initial plan where CM Punk would purposely get fired from AEW because maybe Triple H did talk a bit with CM Punk before he actually re-signed with WWE.
Actually, something we haven't got to talk about yet because it just happened 2 days ago, and this is a good segue into it. AJ Lee is back in the WWE.
Oh yeah,
It just feels surreal to say that.
10 years.
10 freaking years.
10-year hiatus.
But yeah. All right. My next theory is one I seen on a video. And I don't have too much to say about it, but the theory is that there were 2 Ultimate Warriors.
Oh yeah, I know this one.
Basically, the theory goes that when Ultimate Warrior came back in 1992, the original guy who played the Ultimate Warrior from I think 1988 to like 1991, I believe. They said that the original guy who played Ultimate Warrior, the one who wrestled Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania, they said he died. And then when Ultimate Warrior came back in 1992, that it was just a carbon copy of the original Ultimate Warrior. They said he wrestled different, he looked different, sounded different. So the theory goes that the new Ultimate Warrior was the guy who passed away in 2014 and the one who got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
That would kind of make sense because they do. Cause I was thinking like the old Ultimate Warrior and the alleged new Ultimate Warrior. Well, I'm not really sure how different they look, but the 2014 one does look pretty similar to the old one back in 1980s.
Okay, what is your next theory, Canadian man?
Yeah, I didn't plan this one out. Let me just scroll through what I got. So we didn't write this down necessarily.
Nah.
Oh wow, this would be an interesting theory.
All right, let's see.
Okay, so I don't think this is necessarily true, but what if it is? Okay, so there's a theory going on where Edge and Daniel Bryan came back because they would be able to wrestle somewhere else. I'm going to read this now because I don't know how this could make sense. This is only me something. Okay, so I'm reading it. So it says, Edge and Bryan Danielson miraculously made a return to the ring from career-threatening injuries. While Edge returned nearly a decade later, Bryan came back to the ring a few years after the injury. Red's conspiracy theory suggests that Edge and Bryan came back to wrestle elsewhere, as WWE wouldn't clear them. However, both men ended up wrestling for WWE following their returns from injuries. Subsequently, Bryan joined AEW, And the conspiracy theory could be true because the two superstars certainly wouldn't have difficulty getting huge offers from other companies if WWE didn't allow them to wrestle. So
That makes sense.
it kind of does. Like, I feel like for Edge, it would make sense more because I don't know if like Daniel Bryan would necessarily sign with like Ring of Honor or other stuff because like AEW wasn't a thing back in 2018, especially early 2018.
Okay, so my next theory is another recent theory, which it's one I made up, which I think could be true.
Mm-hmm.
Is I think the WWE forced Cody Rhodes to beat John Cena at SummerSlam. Now, let me explain. I don't think Cody Rhodes was going to win. Because, okay, think about it. Cody Rhodes just recently had another baby, right?
Yeah.
And it was in August. SummerSlam was also in August. So Cody obviously knew. And I'm guessing he would want to take time off. So So he wouldn't have wanted to be a champion. The theory comes in where I think the whole Travis Scott and Rock and the whole Travis Scott and Rock backlash just freaked up the whole thing. And WWE were like, all right, just in the heel turn, put the belt on Cody, Cena, you're losing. And I feel like Cody didn't want to be champion, but he did it because he knows it's, no pun intended, best for business.
Because that's what's best for business.
That could be true.
Possibly.
All right.
Okay.
I'm just what I want you to dive in. You know, I'm not gonna say it, but you know what theory I'm talking about. I'm waiting.
I will get to that in the end. So I run out of some other ones. Hold on.
It's juicy. It's juicy. Okay, buddy. Of course. Of course. The camera.
Okay. Okay. So here is an interesting theory. It's a Kane theory, actually. So there's this theory that something just dropped. There's this theory that Glenn Jacobs was not the only Kane under the mask.
I was gonna talk about this theory, but I'm guessing you looked more into it.
Yeah. Okay. So
I
the
did not.
theory is what?
I did not look into it more, so thank you.
Okay. So the theory. Okay. So yes, I explained the theory. But okay. So Kane or Glenn Jacobs has been he's wrestling for over 2 decades, I think.
Yeah.
And basically, it's because any man could really play Kane under the mask. But of course, there was a time where he did unmask. But there's a chance that there could have been multiple people in that mask because the mask back in 1994 or 1995 or whenever he made his debut, it was hard to tell who even was under the mask.
Yeah. And you know what I'm starting to think about?
What?
In '97, he looked a lot skinnier than Glenn Jacobs.
That's true. And to add more to that, there was also multiple. There was. Hold on a sec.
I'm going to beat you with my crock.
Okay. To conclude this theory and how it could possibly be true, Landon. Landon. I see you, Landon. Okay, so.
I was pissing.
Oh. Okay, so to conclude this theory and how it could possibly be true, is that there were also multiple people who played Sin Cara back then.
And
So,
doing.
yeah. So there's the possibility that there could have been multiple Kanes.
That's actually a good theory. Okay, so my theory is actually another good segue from that one. It involves the Undertaker's brother, Kane. Oh wait, what? It involves Kane's brother, Undertaker.
Oh.
And the theory we all know about showing too much of my table and not enough of my sexy fan. What? Okay, anyway. So the theory we all know about WrestleMania 30, how it was supposed to be Batista versus Randy Orton, and then the fans pushed Daniel Bryan into the match. The theory is that Vince had Brock Lesnar break the streak so it would take the spotlight away from Bryan winning the title.
That could possibly be true because I also heard that they didn't want Daniel Bryan to become WWE champion. They didn't think he was main event material.
I also heard that they might have forced Brock to break the streak just so that. Okay, I'm looking at something right now and it's pissing me off. We can really have the little thing at the bottom that says +2 Power Hour, but we can't have our intro.
I don't get it, man. I mean, at least we do have this.
Me and Jeffy Junior were talking about what we're gonna do before we started.
Yeah. Anyways, another theory. Let's take a look here. I'm just scrolling.
I know he's saving the big juicy theory for the end.
Okay, so yeah. But here's another theory. It is that the Montreal Screwjob was in fact a work.
Well, I seen that one.
I don't know how true that is. And I didn't realize how.
Listen.
Okay, so
I don't necessarily.
It is a big conspiracy theory.
I don't necessarily like Bret Hart.
Hmm?
I don't necessarily like
Of
Bret
course.
Hart, but if that was a work, then he did some good damn acting.
And yeah, by the way, guys, Landon just hates Canadian wrestlers.
Okay, Jeffy Jr., can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
The other night when I thought you were going to be home and you were going to be able to watch SmackDown and I wouldn't because my VPN wouldn't work, I got mad and I got mad at you and I said this is why I hate Canada.
Okay. All right, let's get back to the theory. But I love how we get to ramble.
The only good thing to come out of Canada was Tristan. I could do with the wig.
Okay, bro. Nasty freaky boy. Okay.
Rosemary, take it.
Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah.
Okay, so we all know the story, right? Bret Hart was leaving. He was going to go to WCW. And he was going to take the WWE title with him because he didn't. Well, I guess that's what was going to happen because he did not want to be defeated by Shawn Michaels and stuff like that.
In Montreal, he didn't want to be defeated by Shawn Michaels in Canada.
And then Shawn Michaels put him in a sharpshooter. The referee, Vince McMahon, Shawn Michaels, they all screwed him over. And Shawn Michaels won the WWE Championship, and Bret Hart left the company. Stuff happened. He hit Vince McMahon. A lot of stuff happened.
That must have, if that was fake, it was some good damn acting.
Yeah.
So much so that Bret hated Vince for 10 years.
Mm-hmm. So, the theory of it being, there's not really much information about it and how it could be a work, but if the chances are if it was a work, it's like because it says that Vince McMahon went to any extent to get the spotlight on his product at the time, because it was kind of true because WCW was kind of like actually no WWF was actually like the ratings were getting lower at the time, and WCW was ratings were getting higher. So the theory would be that Vince McMahon would do crazy stuff to get the ratings higher, and so that they would not lose the spotlight. So there's the chance it could be true, but very low, I would say. Anyways, Landon, what is your theory? What is your Austin theory? Yeah, goober, you goober. You left me. You'll be in the suburbs, looking all the way.
Okay, I've got a good theory here.
Theory?
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello?
Hi.
There you go. Okay, I got a good theory here.
Okay.
I seen one that said this is going to be controversial. Okay, I seen one that said Triple H never stopped loving China, and
Oof, yeah.
he only chose Stephanie to become in a position of power. And the reason he pushes Rhea Ripley is because she reminds him of China.
Jeez, bro. That is true, though. She kind of does have some aspects of China.
R.I.P.
Yeah, for real.
I think, I don't know exactly what month, but this is the 10 years since China passed away, right?
I think so.
Or was that 2016?
Could have been 15 or 16. Let me look this up, actually. It's sad either way.
I can never remember.
Okay, so yeah, it was 2016.
Yeah, that's an insane theory.
That is like that is interesting.
I also just remembered one where another Stephanie McMahon theory, but I'll let you get to your next one. But yeah, that'd be insane if that was true.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so another theory. Let me scroll through here again.
I'm not gonna lie, this is one of my favorite episodes in a while for some reason. I'm just having a blast.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a little controversial, but it is the relationship of Macho Man Randy Savage and Stephanie McMahon allegedly. Apparently.
Oh my gosh, you fricker! I was gonna pick that.
Oh, sorry. I don't know where this even came from. I didn't even know this existed.
Don't say anything yet. Just occupy. I gotta get my phone charger.
Okay.
Stall.
I don't know how interesting this. I don't even know how to. Wow. Hold on a sec. I will.
I'm back. Of course he's muted. So now look back here. There it is. Ow! Gotta go through all this trouble to charge my phone. Also, hashtag Boomer Junior. Jordan. You'll be calling me. You'll be calling me Daddy. Jeffy Jr., you're gay. So gay. More gay. I'm waiting, boy. I'm waiting, boy. Boy. Boy, I'm waiting. Jeffy Jr., if you don't come back, I'm going to smack you over the head with this. Stainless steel. One shot over the noggin. Oh, if I drop that on my head or my mouth, I'd be dead. Alright, now let's just go. We're going to do a little ASMR. ASMR, alright. This is the PlushTube Power Hours now, ASMR channel. ASMR time. ASMR. Yes, mother freaking R. I'm waiting. Jeffy Jr. is a boomer. 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 Everybody, hashtag Boomer Jr. in the comments. And, yeah. I'm gonna fall asleep to me doing ASMR later. I'm getting sick of doing ASMR. Where is he? I'm dropping. Jeffy Jr., come back before I smack you on the noggin. He always does this crap. Yeah, I'm leaving. Alright, let me find another conspiracy theory to read y'all. Since Jeffy Jr. wants to be a boomer. Hey, you guys want to know something that I didn't know till today? I didn't know that Freddie Mercury was gay. Rest in peace to Freddie Mercury, though. Wow, this dude is really taking a while, huh?
Alright, I'm sorry. I was brushing my teeth.
Like, I just seen a theory that said Shawn Michaels only got over because he slept with this man.
Oh. That's interesting.
So I seen a very interesting theory.
Alright.
I seen one that's kind of sad, but it said that John Cena doesn't want kids because he has the trauma of seeing so many sick kids from Make-A-Wish.
Alright. No. That's probably untrue. Because, I mean, like, he's, like, great around children, right? Like, it's kind of like their hero almost. Their idol, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, he was the hero.
Alright, let's get back to my theory that I could not even explain. So this was in time in the golden era. Obviously, Macho Man, R.I.P., was one of the biggest stars in WWE. Besides Hulk Hogan, obviously. But he was definitely a big wrestler. People loved him all over the world. I think he's one of my dad's favorite wrestlers. But anyways, it was in 1994.
Off topic. I'm sorry to cut you off, but off topic. I refer to my youth leader's wife as Miss Elizabeth.
Oh gosh.
And not just because I'm trying to be like informal or whatever. I don't say it to her because I'm not like, hey, Miss Elizabeth, how are you? I'm just if I'm thinking about it, I say Miss Elizabeth. Elizabeth, ooh yeah.
I don't even know how to do a Macho Man Randy Savage
And then my
impression.
youth leader looks like LA Knight, Jeffrey Junior
That's what I
Convention.
was gonna ask you. Didn't you say that?
LA Knight, yeah.
It's
Jeffrey
like, what
Junior,
if, like,
Jeffrey Junior, you need to go to church, yeah.
yeah, I do. You should. What if next time your youth pastor like asks you a question, like what if like a yes or no question, you should just be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get okay.
I've been
The
trying to
theory.
find. I try.
So
What?
1994. Okay, 1994 is when Macho Man left the company. He joined WCW. We know that. But the theory is that Macho Man left the company due to an alleged affair with Stephanie McMahon, which is kind of ironic because she was only 18 years old at the time. Which, of course, is cool, but like, you get what I mean. Like, it's a little interesting. It's a little odd. Hopefully, it's not true. But
Okay,
it happened.
so Jeffy Jr. stole two of my theories. So
Okay, look.
I'm gonna steal one of his, and he can
Okay.
elaborate on it.
All right.
But and I've seen this theory a couple times
Mm-hmm.
that WWE and Roman Reigns faked Roman having leukemia so the fans would cheer for him.
Oof. Yeah.
And they also I heard that he faked leukemia to go film a movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That we can assemble that together. So, basically, guys, obviously, a lot of wrestling fans know that around 2015, 2018, Roman Reigns was getting booed every single day. Fans, fans liked him, but you can tell that they booed him. They booed him like crazy. So the
Yeah,
theory is in play.
people like Roman Reigns, including my mother.
Mm-hmm. But yes, Roman Reigns was booed everywhere. They kind of cheered him when he won the Universal title. But I'm hoping this isn't true because that would just be messed up. Like, if the fact that Roman Reigns, okay, so Roman Reigns did have leukemia back then when he was playing football. I'm pretty sure I know that's the story, how it goes. But
That's how the story goes. Whoa.
that grew on me. I'm glad it did. It grew on a lot of us, I would just say. But it's that Roman Reigns. Okay, so he announced that he had leukemia on Raw. He was to relinquish the Universal title.
Watching that, that's sad. My real.
That is really. But it's like, okay, so yes, he had leukemia and all that stuff. But then it was like, yeah, it's like only until it's. So he, oh my gosh, okay, I'm all crazy right now. But yeah, he announced he had leukemia. People were very sad, and he said he'll come back and stuff like that. Then and only then is when they started actually cheering him. And eventually, when he came back, they cheered him when he came back because they're happy to see him back.
Okay, here's my thing. I think that everyone couldn't have acted that good because Roman seemed really serious when he was like, "My real name is Joe," and like,
Yeah, especially Seth and Dean. Like they were actually
yeah, exactly.
on the
That's what I was
verge.
gonna say when they came out and hugged him. That just like, could they have faked that? I mean,
Genuinely, Rollins was I think crying honestly,
I
at least
had
on
a,
the verge.
I had a, oh yeah, that was my theory. So it's your turn. I think we'll do like, I think after your theory, we'll do one more each. So after this, I'll do one and you do the last one.
Okay, so I don't have much time left, so I'm just gonna go with a very important theory that
I was
Landon's
gonna
been
say,
waiting for
the,
me to share.
is this the one we were talking about? The one we've been talking about?
Yeah.
Save that
Yes.
one for last.
I don't have much time left, so I'm just gonna say this now, so we just get this out of the way.
Mm.
Okay, so We know the infamous tragic death of three people: WWE superstar Chris Benoit, his wife Nancy, and his son. I forgot his son's name. Sorry about that. Daniel, I think. Yeah, Daniel. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, the theory, and this is a very messed up theory, and I can't even imagine someone actually making this up. But okay, so it is that Vince McMahon framed Chris Benoit, and like Vince McMahon like framed Chris Benoit with the death and everything like that. I don't know how to, but basically it's where Chris Benoit apparently had some important and weird and messed up things that Vince McMahon has, and he has apparently had evidence against him. Actually, I kind of forgot how this theory goes, but basically, Vince McMahon, I'm pretty sure, either he killed them or he hired someone to kill them, but they killed Chris Benoit, they killed his wife and his son, and the theory is that that's the reason he died and stuff like that, because Benoit had evidence against him. So I don't know how true that is. Hopefully it isn't.
Here's the thing about that. I'm pretty sure in the documentaries, like the doctors said Benoit killed himself. So my theory is, if that's true, he found out that they were dead and he killed himself.
Maybe.
I also heard that Kevin Sullivan did it. That was another theory, that Kevin Sullivan killed them.
Like, it could make more sense where, like, because, like, let's say Benoit did find them dead, allegedly, in his own house, and then he killed himself. So it could look like maybe he murdered those, his family members, and then he ended his own life. That would be an interesting theory.
I swear if that's true.
Okay, so I'm not gonna say this just to, I'm not gonna like judge Vince McMahon or anything, but like the things he's done in WWE, and like the things he's going through right now, are pretty messed up. Like the storylines and all that stuff, his character in general. I don't know the difference between Vince McMahon and his character Mr. McMahon, but yeah,
Well, so
and he's going through.
Say about Vince and Kennedy McMahon straight to jail.
We heard Vince. I mean, I know. Like, I'm even watching the Vince McMahon documentary. There was a lot of interesting stuff and context, and like, there was even like, I don't know if you know this, but there was apparently one time where it was okay. Hold on. There was one thing where it was like, okay, so Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon are having some argument here. Shane believed that there was something that could work, something that he wanted to work, and like Vince McMahon said something like where it's like, you are not going to let, like, the only way that this plan will happen is if I die or something like that. So okay, so Vince McMahon was eating something. He had like a knife and like cutlery and stuff like that, and he was like telling Shane McMahon to kill him. Like, if you're gonna make this happen, then you're gonna have to kill me, something like that. That's something that Vince McMahon said.
Wait, what now?
That's pretty interesting.
Wait, what now?
I don't want to re-explain it. Plus, I can't.
Okay.
I'll just tell you later.
Oh yeah, I'll just watch it back. Let me look. Okay.
I guess so.
I got the timestamp, so I'll just watch it. My grandpa, man. T's not here. That's sad.
All right, I'll be right back. Hold on.
Jeffy Jr. is a gaybo. Hashtag Boomer Jr. in the comment section. Everybody check it. No JKs. Hey guys, it's Morgan. Hey Tyler, if you're getting this far, enjoy my ASMR. walking down my street right now. Hi. Yeah, he said he'd be right back. It's been like 2 minutes. How gay. I probably shouldn't be walking this far without a light, but whatever. Alright, guys. Well, when Jeffy Jr. comes back, I think that about wraps up our episode. We had some fun. This was a very controversial episode. Maybe some of our wrestling fans, we put you onto some of these theories. Take a deep dive into it. Maybe see if you can confirm anything. Let us know if you have any evidence of these theories being true. So yeah, I'm just waiting for my gay Canadian broadcast partner to be back. He said he'd be right back. Also, Jeffy Jr., the video that we watched about the conspiracy theory said specifically not to mention the Montreal screw job, so you broke the rule. There's a car coming. Guys, Jeffy Jr. is actually gay behind the scenes. What? Hello?
I can't talk anymore.
We have to do the outro. At least say you're part of the outro. Alright, guys. We had fun. Like I said, did some conspiracy theories. Again, if you have any conspiracy theories from WWE, put them in the comments below. If you have any evidence on our conspiracy theories, put it down in the comments. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it 30 episodes deep. 10 months and 30 episodes later. Thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. We love all of you. Peace out, everybody. It is SuperLandonToys
SuperJeffyJunior
signing off. Peace out.